What is up, my legion of leasers, my army of apartment maniacs? It is the Leasing University live session, and I am here to help you with any problems you're facing, any challenges that you want to overcome, some questions that you need answers to. With that being said, who's got something that you're working on? Who's got something that's working, that's not working? Who's got a question that you need an answer to? I got an answer. Hit me.
I am wondering if you could talk a little bit about how we can ensure our prospects keep their appointments.
Yeah, ensuring our prospects keep their appointments. Now, without causing you too much pain, without you having to send me a bill for therapy, can you walk me through a couple specific examples of you did all this work on the phone and all of a sudden they no-show? Can you walk me through what's going on in your world?
So if a leasing professional is taking their phone call, they're utilizing all their Matt Easton training on the phone, and they're securing that specific appointment time and date, and say even following up in advance of that exact time and date, but the person's still not showing up.
Sure. Okay. When you say they're securing that specific time and date, let's walk through a little bit of a role play, and we don't have to go through the whole leasinguniversity.com. It's a great day at Meadows. What can I get you information on? What research have you done on us? What's your biggest reason for moving? We don't have to go through any of those questions. But when we get to the point where we're securing the appointment, we're securing the time, we're securing the date, why don't you be the leasing professional? I'll be the prospective resident, and let me see if I can tune up what you're saying right now to help make sure that that prospect shows up to the appointment. Fair enough?
Hey Matt, you mentioned that Monday at 4:30 works well for you. Can I put you down on the books for that?
Sure. Yeah, I'll see you Monday at 4:30.
Monday at 4:30, perfect. Do you need any directions or anything of that nature to the property? Are you familiar with the area?
Yeah, I'm familiar. I've driven by it a couple times because I work nearby there. Yeah, I know where it is.
And I've already got your phone number, and I just want to make sure, just in case just let me confirm it, just in case for some reason we get lost in translation. I don't see you at 4:30. Is your phone number 216-471-7527? Is that the best way to reach you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Well, I've got you set up for 4:30 on Monday. I look forward to meeting you.
Perfect. I will see you then. Okay. It was great. That was good. Now, do you want to make it to where they show up? Do you want to make it to where they're early? Do you want to make it to where, man, they're really excited to get there when they get there? Does all that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, let me fix it for you. But before I do, let me ask you a question. Yesterday was Sunday. A lot of people do this on Sunday. Do you have that spot by where you live with the delicious breakfast? You know, that place where you're going to treat yourself? It's Sunday fun day. You maybe sleep in a little bit and have somebody cook you. Do you have that place where you live that you like to go to breakfast every now and then?
Of course. Everybody's got their spot.
We got our spots, right? Now, with your spot, is it anything like my spot? Is it anything like most people's spot that when you roll up, there's people standing around outside because it's that popular? Have you had a spot like that, or is your spot like that now, where there's always a line, there's always a buzz, there's always people that want to eat there?
I've been to places like that. Now I avoid them, but that's beside the point. I'm old.
Yeah, and the reason why places like that have lines like they do, one, their food's delicious, but two, everybody wants to eat at the restaurant that everybody wants to eat at, okay? I travel. I don't know how much you travel. I travel a ton, being the founder of Leasing University. I'm going out all over the country, all over the world in some cases, doing Leasing University live leasing agent training, okay? One thing when I travel that I have to accomplish is I have to eat. I don't know where the good spots to eat are. Sometimes I'll pull up into the parking lot. My first red flag, there's no cars in the parking lot. Now I just usually keep driving if there's no cars. But in the past, I've gone into those places and no cars in the parking lot, red flag. Walk in, they're like, we got one. Hi, how are you? Sit anywhere you like. And in the past, I've sat down. And in the past, I've had some bad experiences. And every time I sit down and the restaurant is empty, I get anxiety. I'm like, am I going to get food poisoning? Is this the place where people were murdered last week? There's got to be some reason why nobody's in here. Yet, and I'm a lot like you, I do like to avoid the lines. But when possible, I want to eat at the restaurant that everybody wants to eat at. But I'll just go on open table, right? And I'll secure my spot so I don't have to wait in line. But everybody wants to eat at the restaurant that everybody wants to eat at. Nobody wants to eat at the restaurant that nobody wants to eat at. The other point that I need to make here is when you do tell the people at the pancake place, hey, party of two, they always say the same thing. You'll be about 15, 20. And then you stand out there like cattle, right? Well, they're going to say our name any minute. Don't Old Navy's got cargo shorts for fit. Don't go over to Old Navy. As soon as we go to Old Navy, they're going to call our name and we'll miss out on our delicious pancakes. The reason why I'm telling you this is you can, using your Leasing University skill set, you can evoke all of those emotions of the restaurant that everybody wants to eat at when scheduling your tours. You can have people showing up, same way people show up to restaurants that are super popular when they have a reservation, on time if not early. You can have them excited and almost hungry, for lack of a better word, about their tour. And the way we do that is this way. Hey, so does it make sense? And you be the resident. I'm just going to call you Matt. I know it's weird. You can use my mobile if you want to give out my mobile, 303-803-7372, or you want to make up a number. Here, we'll just call you Tina. Right? We'll just use a fake name here, right? So I don't want you feeling like you got to give out your phone number. But so Tina, does it make sense for, based on everything that you're telling me with the view and needing to be close to your work and you'd love to walk to work and, we're just right a block away. Does it make sense for you to swing by this afternoon to take a look? You go ahead and answer.
Yeah.
Awesome. What time works best for you?
Like 4:30 after I'm done working.
Yeah, sure, 4:30. Listen, we are back to back on tours here. Everybody wants to live here. I've got 4:30 down. I'm going to fit you in, okay? But if there's any way, and I'm going to try and do the tour personally, but because we're so slammed, I might have one of my colleagues do the tour for you. But I've got it written down for 4:30. If there's any way that I'm running late, which I won't be, but if I am running late, we're talking 5 minutes. It's just because we're so slammed. Tina, what's the best number for me to either call or text you, just so that I can let you know that, hey, I am running late on that 4:30 by a couple minutes, so you're not killing yourself trying to get through lights to get here on time and walk right through the door at 4:30.
Gotcha. My number's 216-471-7527.
I got 216-471-7527.
Yeah.
Perfect. If I'm running late for that 4:30, which again I won't be, but if I am, I'm just going to give you a courtesy call or a courtesy text to 216-471-7527. Tina, along those same lines, if you're running late, which is perfectly okay, but if you're running late, would you call me here at the leasing office at 303-803-7372 just to let me know you're running late, so I'm not pushing that person ahead of you that's signing their lease out the door to try and keep everybody on time and I can let them keep talking. Fair enough?
Sure.
Perfect. All right. So if I'm running late, I'm going to buzz you, 216-471-7527. If you're running late along those same lines, please just let me know. It's perfectly okay. Again, we're slammed, but that way I'm not moving people around. Leasing office number here's 303-803-7372. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you at 4:30 today. Boom. And if you guys start doing that, guess what people start doing? Showing up. Because now we've established, what have we established? We have established, without being a jerk, we have established our credibility has gone up here. Our authority has gone up here. Our interest in our community has gone up here. By the way, your marketing department can thank you. They spend thousands of dollars every month with companies like CoStar to get their authority, their credibility, their visibility, their reputation up here. We need to back up marketing along those same lines. Here's what we don't want to sound like. We don't want to sound like the restaurant that nobody wants to eat at. Oh yeah, I can get you in at 4:30. I'll see you then. Great, right? Here's my number. Call me if you can't make it. None of that. But also at the same time, what a lot of leasing consultants do that I personally cannot stand is this one. Does it make sense for you to come by today? Yeah, it does. Hold on. Let me see what slots I have available. And you got to listen to them click away at the keyboard. I've got an 11 and I've got a 4. Which one works for you? 11. And you wonder why people don't show up. Because you're going off of your schedule. Now some of you are like, but hey, we have a schedule. You know what? You also are in the business of working with people. This isn't, you're not selling coffee. You're not selling tacos. You're not selling t-shirts. You're selling somebody a home. They got to go to bed there every night. They got to wake up there every morning. They got to build a life there. And they're going to give you thousands of dollars. Typically about 30% of every 30 out of every $100 that they make is going to you. Okay? This is a huge purchase for them. This is a huge decision for them. Why are we clicking away at our keyboards looking for times available? Boom, 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 boom. We are back to back. I will make it work. Worst case, if they say a time that you have 3 tours scheduled at that time, deal with it. Figure it out. Let them know, man, I'm triple booked on that time. Is there 4:30? I'm triple booked. Is there any way you could either do 5:15 or 3:45? I really apologize, but again, we are slammed here. But for the most part, y'all need to stop it, not you, but y'all need to stop it with your arrogance. You all need to stop it with your air traffic controller, flight attendant at the airport. Crap. It's crap. This is an important decision for somebody. Whenever possible, ask them with the preface of, hey, we are back to back to back to back. Everybody wants to live here. Okay? That being said, I'm going to do everything in my power to slide you in, to get you in the schedule and work with you personally. What time works best for you? Okay? Ask them when they want to come. Worst case, they get there and you're doing things. Have somebody else. Have your maintenance team. Hey, Rick, be standing here. Let them know. Offer them a bottle of water. Hey, my name's Rick. I'm on the maintenance team. You had talked to Matt. Matt is just finishing up right now. I believe he texted you about that. Can I get you a bottle of water? Well, I don't want to make people wait around. I don't either. But can you imagine how much better you're going to be to sign that lease? If they're saying, man, they are so slammed there, so many people want to live there, that Rick from the maintenance team had to greet me, and yeah, he was pretty cool, and he gave me a bottle of water, and I liked how his shirt was tucked in. Rick, tuck your damn shirt in, offer him a bottle of water, hang with him for 2 seconds while I'm doing this. Now when you go on your tour and you're like, hey, does it make sense to sign the lease? You have a lot more credibility when they say something like, well, I need to think about it. Totally get that you need to think about it. I just want to be clear on something. I can't hold this apartment for you. And as you've seen, everybody wants to live here. We are back to back on tours. If the next tour wants this one, I legally and ethically have to give it to them. It's called fair housing. But don't worry, I'll work with you to find the next best one. If we don't have anything available, I'll reach out to one of my sister communities. I just want to make sure you're aware that the propensity that this one will be off the market sooner than later is pretty high. If you came back and were expecting it wasn't there, that would be my fault. I wasn't. Well, wait a minute, I want this one. Totally get it. Based on everything you're telling me with the view and being able to walk to work, I'd feel the same way you would. Does it make sense to sign the lease? Yeah, it does. Key word, what happens next? Awesome, congratulations. You made a great decision. What happens next? We'll swing down to my office, fill out the application, typically get those back within about 24 to 48 hours. The way we say things, when we say them, how we say them is going to have a direct indicator on, do people show up? Do they take the tour seriously? Do they take us seriously when we ask them if it makes sense to sign the lease? By the way, what are we not asking them? Do you want the apartment? That's terrible. That's an all or nothing request. No. Why not? We're not saying, do you want to fill out the application? No. Why not? We're just asking them if it makes sense. Because if you ask somebody if something makes sense, you're not asking them to do anything. You're not putting any pressure on them, but they can clearly see where you're headed. And it perfectly positions you if they say, no, I need to think about it, I'm not sure. It perfectly positions you to go, what's a good next step then? If they still say, no, I'm not sure, I need to think about it, point the question at yourself. Totally get it. What's a good next step on my end? If they still say, no, I'm not sure, I need to think about it, which, by the way, people love to boss other people around. When you get to that second question, 86% of the people will give you an answer, but let's say they're in the 14% that don't, you can set a next step. Hey, perfect, I just wanted to let you know we're back to back on tours. We're slammed here. Everybody wants to live here. I think we found the right place for you here with Unit 207, with the way it's working with the kitchen and the lighting that you needed and being able to walk to work. But again, I get it. It's an important decision. Only you can make that decision. Okay? It doesn't matter what I think. I just want you to know I cannot hold this particular unit. So if we lose it between now and tomorrow, I'll work with you to find the next best one. Fair enough? If they're still, okay, yes, I still need to think about it, then you just say, cool, I'll call you tomorrow 2:30 p.m. if I haven't heard from you before then. Fair enough? Yeah, call me at 2:30. Then at 2:30, hey Tina, it's Matt Easton over here at Meadows. As promised, it's 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday. Calling to see if it makes sense to sign the lease on the unit we looked at yesterday. I'm on my mobile, or I'm here at the leasing office, 303-803-7372. Boom. Guys, have a simpler process. But at the same time, if we're just scheduling tours based on our schedule, no wonder why they didn't show up. It was based on our schedule. We're trying to jam them into our schedule. We're not even asking them what works best for them. And then if we're not selling it in terms of, this is where everybody wants to live, right? Why wouldn't they want to live here? And by the way, if you are not sold on your community, that it is the best community for the money, homework assignment, y'all need to write down 5 things that make your community great. Because some of you, we got to work up here. You guys are magnets for negativity working in property management. Magnets for negativity. Negativity just comes and sticks to you. Why? Moving is scary. Moving is stressful. People spend a lot of money on rent. It is very rare and infrequent that somebody walks into the leasing office going, I realize it's an HR problem, but can I give you a hug? I just want to tell you all weekend long, the place was great. The yard was mowed. I slept wonderful. Had an awesome coffee on my balcony Sunday morning and wrote down my life goals. Thank you so much for providing a wonderful community to me. Yet that happens all the time. It's just that in our job, people only come to us when they have problems. People only come to us when they have complaints. People only that are thinking about renting from us, nobody's going to come in and go, wow, I can't believe how awesome this is. You should charge $1,000 more in rent. They're all going to complain. They're all going to have some sort of objection, some sort of complaint. So you have to retrain your mind of all the positive things for your community. When you do that, when you complete your homework assignment of coming up with 5 things that make your community great, I suggest that you share it with who? Your maintenance team. Because as much as you think you get a lot of shade, as much as you think you get a lot of smoke from the residents, try walking a day in their shoes. Okay? They get it all the time. I know this. My father was in maintenance for his entire career, and he used to come home very angry. Okay? Make sure you're sharing. Hey, by the way, just want to remind you, we are the place to live in San Ramon. We are in the top school district. You guys do a fantastic job. The landscaping is amazing here. No other apartment community in town has the service that we have. Make sure you guys are constantly reminding yourself how awesome your property is. because then you're going to be able to you'll be able to sound genuine, authentic, and real when you tell people this is the best community in town. Everybody wants to live here. We're back to back to back on tours, right? What's the best time for you? I'll try and slide you in. 3 o'clock. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I'm going to write you down for 3 o'clock. Now here's the thing. We are slammed if I'm running late, which I won't be, but if I am, we're talking a couple minutes here. What's the best number? Now notice how I can get your mobile. What's the best number for me to call or text you so I can let you know I'm running late? So you're not killing yourself trying to get through the lights and get here and get parked in time to walk through that door at exactly 3. Yeah, it's 303-803-7372. Perfect. Along those same lines, if you're running late, which is perfectly okay, would you just let me know so I'm not rushing the person ahead of you out the door? That's a reasonable request. And now people are like, man, I have an appointment. And they're going to show up to it. And if they don't, they're going to give you a heads up. So you're dealing with no-shows. Will this remove all no-shows for you? No. You're still going to have a few that no-show. Don't let it get to you.
The way people rent apartments has changed. Today's renter has access to more information. Today's renter has more choices. The apartment industry needs you. Studies have shown that moving is the most stressful life event. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of leasing apartments in a way that's meaningful to you and your renters and get you 7 times more leases. I'll show you how the perfect leasing process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything from answering the phone to closing the lease. I'm gonna show you how to determine your prospects' wants and their needs so that you can build value in your apartments. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm gonna show you how to connect with your renter so it's easy for them to rent with you. I've taught the best property management companies and thousands of people just like you how to lease apartments. Property management is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm gonna show you how to be number one. All of a sudden, your career, it's gonna make perfect sense, even if you've never worked in sales or property management before. And for the advanced property manager, I'm gonna show you how to take things to the next level. Leasing University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective. We're gonna help you become a rock star in property management. I'm Matt Easton, and this is Leasing University.